Our series began with the Korean actress Hae, who was filming an entertainment show out in the wilderness, just as it clearly appeared, and the crew included a translator because she was filming this program with another actor from Japan. And this was supposed to be the show's final episode, and they came to this location to say goodbye and wrap up filming. The actor arrived, and they started talking about the trip's atmosphere, which they spent together, and the interpreter translated everyone's words. But suddenly the actor told her, "Hey, I don't want this to be the last time I see you." The interpreter was shocked and did not translate the sentence, while Hae was standing there, not understanding anything. So the actor addressed him through the monitor and said, "If you are too shocked to translate this, then I hope you will translate this time." He finished speaking and asked him to start translating. So the interpreter told Hae, "He asked me to tell you that I like you very much, Hae." The staff was shocked. Hae was shocked. And naturally, we did not understand anything. To understand, bear with me as we go back a bit, perhaps a year or so, to see who they are. We started with our interpreter, Kim, who was clearly famous, and he was with his uncle, who had just written a book and was in a press interview where Kim was his interpreter, and he informed him he was traveling on a trip to Japan. There, we saw our girl Hae playing a YouTube video to figure out how to get around in this country since she understood nothing. Coincidentally, they were both on the same train, and he had a flashback to when he was young on that same train with a girl next to him whom he did not know, and she accidentally fell asleep on his shoulder. He snapped out of his rosy daydreams and returned to the painful reality. Speaking of painful reality, we saw Hae opening an Instagram photo captioned "A New Beginning," where they were photographed in front of a restaurant. Her destination was that restaurant, and she arrived and found it. And when she entered, she did not understand the girl inside, but essentially, she just could not stand her. So she used Google Translate with her, telling herself she looked older in the photos. By pure coincidence, Kim sat next to her while she found the translation voice of Google annoying because the man's voice was deep, so she sat there adjusting the settings to make the voice female. Of course, Kim sat there understanding all the nonsense she was saying to the voice app. When she noticed him, she thought he was Chinese, so he convinced her he was Korean and also spoke 4 other languages. She did not believe it and asked him, "Do you think you are Google or something?" Until an Italian woman in the restaurant screamed for someone to save her son, who was likely choking. He went to speak with her and told her the first aid steps and called an ambulance for them. She thought to herself, "So I turned out to be the stupid one in the end?" She signaled for him to go while she kept his bag with her. When he came to collect his bag, she begged him to help her too, because she came here to expose her boyfriend's cheating, and she told him, "If he rejects me via an AI voice, it will be very embarrassing." He agreed and went back into the restaurant with her. When they asked the girl about him, she told them he was traveling to Tokyo. She told her, "Wait, I am his girlfriend." A pregnant woman came out to them, and she made him ask her how many months along she was. Once she learned she was 7 months pregnant, she said, "He broke up with me only 3 months ago. What a scumbag." She went outside, and the woman called out to Kim and told him, if that is his ex-girlfriend, please give her a message. He went after Hae and told her that the woman was pregnant by her former husband, not by her boyfriend. He convinced her that the man was not a cheater since he was already separated from the woman, but she told him that he simply texted her that they were breaking up and then vanished. She kept waiting for him to return, only to be surprised by his new beginning, and she asked him to help her end the relationship in a way that preserved her dignity. They went back to the restaurant and spoke with her. Hae managed to confirm from the woman's words that he was indeed cheating on her, but the woman said that she had known him since their school days, and she said, "He always refused to stay with me because of the one girl he stood by who had lost her entire family in a tragic accident." She ended her speech by saying, "He left me for you." Kim decided not to translate the words, but Hae told him there was no need to translate because she understood and wanted to cry. With her dignity shattered, he hid her face in his chest and let her finish crying and told the woman, "You misunderstood. She and I came on this trip together." He took her and they walked outside. She thanked him for his chivalry and offered to buy him a meal, but he said there was no need. She thanked him again, walked away, and discovered he forgot his phone with her. She ran back to him, and he answered a call from the woman whose son he saved in the restaurant, who said they had a dinner reservation for her and her husband, but the plan was ruined, so she asked if he and his girlfriend would like to take the reservation. Instead, when he offered it to her, she agreed quickly, of course, and they decided to spend the time together until dinner time arrived. They started touring the town together, and here we saw a woman standing at the harbor taking a picture of an island. We will learn who she is later, but we went back to Kim and Hae as she told him. She was a mediocre actress who did not even rank as a rising star. Later, they went to stand at the same harbor where we saw the girl earlier. Kim stood looking at the same island, and Hae took a picture of him from afar and posted it on Instagram with the caption, "Our Uncle Google, thank you so much for this day." She showed him her Instagram account and told him she only needed 2 more to hit 100,000 100,000 followers. She asked him, "Don't you want to follow me at all?" But he refused in a very polite way. He told her that a long time ago he was here with someone who asked him to give her this island as a birthday gift, and today was her birthday. When she asked where she was now, he said it was a long time ago and she was currently with another man. She told him, "Surely the poor girl understood that you rejected her." He replied, "Yes, actually I acted like I didn't understand anything." Afterward, they started looking for the restaurant and got lost together. Then a train separated them, leaving each on one side. Later, she asked passersby for directions while he received a call from his older brother telling him, "I fought with Sun and she is not answering the phone, but she posted a photo and it looks like she is in Japan. Find out her location for me." When he opened her account, we learned she was the girl we saw earlier. As for Hey, people showed her the restaurant's location and she told him very happily. But he told her, "The girl whose birthday is today is here in Japan." She told him, "Go to her quickly, of course, and I will manage here." The train passed and she found that he had actually left. She said to herself, "I didn't even take his phone number." She walked away too. As for him, after running all that way, he decided at the last moment not to meet her. We went back to Korea and saw Hae acting in her horror movie as the character Do. It was supposed that this was the filming of the final scene. An assistant yelled at her saying, "I swear I can't tell if this is a horror movie or a comedy." Then they found the director and producer arguing over the ending, so they decided to film a different scene, which was a bit dangerous. But Hae sacrificed herself for the sake of success, since we are servants of ambition. The scene involved Do, the zombie leader, committing suicide at the end. They tied her up and filmed the scene successfully, but as they were lifting her, the rope snapped and she fell for real. After 6 months, we saw that Hae woke up from the coma. The strange thing was that she opened her eyes to find herself the most famous person in the entertainment industry. The public and press were all waiting for this moment and had been supporting her. Consequently, her movie featuring that character became famous. It was clear that her fans were from all parts of the world. Kim saw the news and was happy when he learned she woke up. As for her, she was sitting amidst millions of gifts from fans. We saw Kim returning from a business trip and watching the news about Hae. He visited her account, saw the post she had dedicated to him, and gave her a follow. But this time she had 10 million followers. He sent her a message saying, "I am Google personally," and congratulated her on her success. Here we saw her movie after it was released and earned all this fame, especially the dance she performed at the end. All the TV programs hosted her, and she felt like she was in a dream and could not believe that she just blinked and found all this commotion. She was sitting in front of the mirror adjusting her look before the interview. Her phone fell, and when she bent down to retrieve it and looked up, she saw the zombie character Do in the mirror and was shocked. When her assistant entered, she got up to drink water, but she looked very tense. On the other side, Kim was at home with his uncle, who was convincing him to get married, telling him, "You act like you don't care about it, yet you are dating someone behind our backs." He added, "You were traveling with this actress? Well, good luck to you." He showed him the photo Hae had taken of him. When he went to sit with his friends, they teased him and kept making fun of him because of the same photo. The matter caused him great anxiety and annoyance as he tried to convince them that it was not him. They were at a New Year celebration, and he saw Hae on TV celebrating with everyone on air, and heard people saying she had already become a screen star. On the other side, Hae finished her photo shoots, and an assistant informed her that a publishing house from Singapore wanted to do an interview with her, reassuring her there would be a translator since it was in English. As soon as she heard that Kim was her translator, she became very happy and her face lit up. In the middle of the interview, the host told her there was a question puzzling all her fans regarding the person in her Instagram photo and whether he was her boyfriend. She denied it, stating he was just someone she met by chance who helped her. But she added that the idea of meeting someone that handsome while traveling stirred her feelings. Boldness is the best policy. After the interview, she asked her assistant to have Kim come meet her in the car, thinking that fate had written their names for each other. But she was. She received the first shock here when she learned he used connections with his friend to become her translator specifically because he wanted to meet her. The matter was difficult, but she said that fate must have written their names for each other indeed. He wanted to say what he had to say and finish, but he did not get the chance because her assistant came and called her to start filming. So she asked him to wait for her and she would meet him right after filming. During the shoot, he was very focused on her and smiling. After the shoot, he looked for her and thought she had left, but she was wearing a cap and she took him by the hand and they walked together. In the middle of the road, he told her, "What I have to say won't take a minute, so you can go rest." But she did not give him a chance to speak and insisted they must absolutely eat together. So he was forced to agree and they went to a restaurant together. There, he told her, "All I want to ask of you is to delete the photo you took of me without my permission." She said, "Wait a second, you did? All this just to say that?" And here I was thinking it was a big deal that needed discussion. She was annoyed, thinking he was going to confess his love or something. When he explained explained to her that the matter started causing him problems after her fame, she managed to convince him that if she deleted it, it would cause a bigger uproar and increase questions about the topic. He asked her, well, can't you at least change the date? But she told him, don't be silly, there is no such thing. So she realized it was because of the girl who was there at that time, and he told her that he did not meet her at all. She told him she was upset, meaning she wasted a luxurious meal for nothing. They finished and walked out, so he kept looking at her and extended his hand to her. Since she was living in this romantic movie inside her head, she extended her hand too. He asked her, what is this? Where are you going? I want my shawl that you are wearing. She took it off and gave it to him, almost wishing it would choke him. Then she asked him, well, don't you want my number just to call me and answer when you decide what you want me to do, delete the photo or not? He told her, I will contact your manager, don't worry. When he walked away, her assistant told her that Kim visited her often in the hospital while she was unconscious. Then he gave her Kim's card, and she sat thinking about her assistant's words regarding his interest in her while she was in a coma, and she did not know whether to call him or not, feeling hesitant. On the other side, Kim was in his house and found a keychain in his drawer. He remembered when Sun, whom he met long ago while traveling, gave it to him, and she had the other half, and told him that it might be destiny for them to meet again. When he grew up, and one day he met her and saw the same keychain, he kept running after her. But he was surprised when he found her standing with his brother and realized they were dating. The next day, Hai was sitting with her assistant, holding Kim's card in her hand, saying she was dying to know who this girl was who had someone like Kim wrapped around her finger. She started searching for her using the birth date she knew, while Kim sent a message to the assistant saying he would like to delete the photo. She actually deleted it. At night, while she was returning, she remembered seeing his chat with the assistant and how he checked on her constantly during that period. She called him, but did not know how to state the reason for her call. Her assistant suddenly spoke loudly, unaware she was talking to him, saying he found the girl they were looking for and that she was a producer named Sun and turned out to be famous. After messing things up successfully, she took off and went to his house to apologize to him personally. He scolded her a bit because of her curiosity and for looking into things that did not concern her. Then she apologized to him and told him, the point from the start was that I wanted to thank you, but it ended this way. As you can see, don't ask me why I'm curious about you, because I don't know. But if you want me to stop, then satisfy my curiosity, and surely you won't satisfy my curiosity here in the street. He really wanted to understand how her brain was wired, but he humored her and invited her into his house. He told her that the girl he liked was someone he also met while traveling, and they parted hoping to meet again. But when he met her again, she was the girlfriend of someone close to him, and that to this day she still does not know he liked her because he hid all that from her. He told her that even if he met her that day, nothing would have changed. She asked him, well, if we had eaten dinner together that day, could something have changed? He told her, with total coldness, that even if they spent the rest of the day together, the scenario would remain the same. Her blood boiled, and he thought she was crying. She told him, no, the weather was just cold, and you understand the nose. She got up and went behind the sofa to finish those two fake tears. He sat there laughing at her because he knew this was an attempt to preserve her dignity. He got up and went to her, so she tried to smooth things over and told him, the only reason I asked was that I was afraid you had feelings for me or something, and that would be a threat to me. Emotional life is very hard, you understand? He said, yes, of course, what else? But generally, I will never in my life ask you for us to date. He emphasized it strongly and told her, we will never date. I will prefer to cheer you on from afar. She thanked him and left, saying to herself, it's fine. I will do as I always do. Close my eyes and open them to find myself having moved past all this. Indeed, when she opened her eyes, we saw she was at a festival to receive the Best Actress of the Year award. At the same time, we saw the Japanese actor Hiro arriving at the festival, but he noticed that Hei stopped and froze in her place. His assistant said she was likely going to faint, but he said, no, I have been waiting for this. 3 months for this moment. I will not let her ruin the party. He quickly got out of his car and went to her, catching her before she fell. With total romance, he told her, don't worry, I won't let you fall. He took her hand and they left together. On the other side, an entertainment company wanted to create a romantic travel show, but had not found the suitable couple yet. Soon, the video of Hiro and Hei together spread, starting those fan rumors we know. A cameraman from the company saw the viral videos of them and went immediately to nominate them to the team manager. She said, a Japanese actor from romance movies with a Korean actress from horror movies? She thought about it for a bit and said, why not? It is a crazy mix. Later, we saw Hei sitting in a hotel corner crying. Kim came to check on her because he was staying in the same hotel. She told him, my career is going to end. He took her to a doctor. She told him, I just feel stressed and want some sedatives. But he told her, this is not just stress. I know a good psychiatrist. You must see him. Later, the doctor arrived and went in, but she said, does he have to know the details? Let him just prescribe a sedative. She was barely convinced to talk and said she started seeing the character Do constantly before her, appearing everywhere. everywhere. She initially thought it was just an illusion from stress, but it reached the point of a breakdown at the festival where she almost lost consciousness. She said to herself, "It looks like I have gone crazy." Kim was shocked by what he heard. The doctor prescribed her sedatives, and they left. She remembered when. The doctor asked her if anyone in the family had mental or psychological problems. She said her father died long ago in an accident, and she didn't remember what the accident was, but she survived it. She added, "No one ever spoke to me about my mother, so I remember nothing about her, and I grew up in my uncle's house." Kim remembered when he was at the hospital while she was in a coma, and her uncle and his wife came to visit and said they only let her finish high school, and that was it. They said, "After that, whether she lives or dies doesn't matter to us," and walked away. If ingratitude could speak, it would be speechless at this state. Anyway, she asked him not to tell anyone at all about this matter, not even her assistant. He advised her that she must see a psychiatrist. Then she told him, "Thank you very much for what you did for me, but I don't intend to return the favor because I don't want to see you again. It is enough what you know about me so far." They said goodbye, and she returned to the party after the festival. There, she saw Hiro but didn't know who he was. He kept looking at her, waiting for her to thank him for what he did, while she wondered why he was looking at her. Neither understood the other's language. She saw his phone in his hand and thought he was one of the fans wanting a photo with her. So she went, grabbed the phone, took 2 photos with him, and walked away. He got angry at this treatment and that she didn't know who he was. "Sorry, darling. We are all equal." We went to the entertainment company and saw the team manager and her assistant trying to convince Kim to come with her to film this show, but he refused. He refused even more when he learned the filming duration would be 4 months and in Canada too. He walked out and the producer's son came to sit with them. They told her to plead with her boyfriend to convince his brother to join this project as a translator. This took us to his brother, who had just returned from traveling. He met Kim and they sat together. He informed him that his wedding to Sun was next month and told him that she kept nagging him and he refused, but he got fed up and decided to just marry her. Later, she came to pick up her boyfriend to leave. She spoke with Kim and offered him the job again. So he told her he accepted the offer because now he had a reason, which was to escape and not attend their wedding to see that moment with his own eyes. The next day, he went to meet the showrunners to sign the contract with them. He was shocked when he learned Hae was the one filming the show. They stood together and he asked her if she visited a psychiatrist as he told her or not. She said, "Please, don't bring this up here, okay? We can talk after filming." They started filming and the manager asked her questions, but suddenly she saw Do in front of her. She focused on her and zoned out. She tried repeatedly to act naturally without stress, but she was in another world entirely. They took a break. The manager was not pleased and wanted to replace her. Hae's assistant went to her and said that Kim had completely refused this job, but Sun was the one who convinced him. He kept saying it seemed Kim liked her. She told him, "Okay, enough with the feelings." She met Kim afterward, and he told her, "I hope you answer me now." She told him she indeed visited doctors, and they all confirmed her brain was fine, and it was just a delusional disorder. He told her she could not continue in this job. She asked him, "What? Are you going to make the manager fire me and tell them I'm crazy?" He told her, "I don't need to do that because they will surely fire you." He added, "As for me, I agreed to this program to be an escape because Sun is marrying my brother next month, and now I will leave this escape to avoid someone else," referring to her, of course, because she had asked him to withdraw from the program since they agreed not to meet again. Hae went up in the elevator, and as soon as it opened, she saw Do in front of her. She gathered her strength and got in, but she found that Do started talking too, and all her words were negative. And Do told her, "You made yourself look foolish in front of the guy you like." Hae couldn't take it and broke down, screaming. The elevator opened, and the whole team was standing there shocked by what they saw, while she proved to them her madness, repeatedly asking them, "You don't know how to get her out for me, right?" She kept laughing until Kim came and called out to her. She told her assistant, "Let's get out of here." He took her and they left. Kim was watching her. He went back home and kept thinking about her. His uncle came and spoke with him, and in the middle of his speech, he told him, "Many times your words are dry and harsh." So Kim remembered the many hurtful things he said to Hae. He went to meet her, and they apologized to each other. On the way, she told him that he must continue in this job so he could move on. She informed him that they had excluded her. When he asked why she wanted to continue in this program, she told him she wanted people to have a different idea about her, other than zombies and killing, because they didn't see her as anything else, and this romance program would help her change her image a bit. She told him also, "I wish to see the aurora borealis." He told her, "I wish for that very very much too, honestly. Later, she received a call from her assistant telling her that the program manager agreed and even signed the contract with them. But she was anxious because of her disorder, so she begged Kim to come with her to ease her tension a little, and so she would be comfortable in the presence of someone who knew about Do. He agreed immediately. The next day, they did preliminary interviews for Hae and the actor Hiro. In the end, they revealed them to each other. Hae's reaction was nice, but Hiro was not happy at all. That guy has a black heart, by the way. They traveled to Canada, and the program filming trip began. The assistant told Hae she needed to fix her situation with Hiro and focus on the romance with him and forget about Kim for a while. When he left, she told herself, indeed, I must forget him. He is also here just for work. But she jumped for joy because he would be staying in the room next to hers with her assistant. She said, there, at least we are together on the same trip. When Kim arrived, he met one of the program team members who told him that Hiro couldn't stand himself when he found out that his partner was Do. He asked Kim that if Hiro said anything off, he should translate it nicely because they intended to hide this matter from her for a while so it wouldn't affect the romance of the program. But Kim refused and told him, also, her name is Hae, not Do. Please call her by her real name. Later, Hae and her assistant were at the reception thinking about what gifts Hae would present to Hiro at the first meeting in the program. One of the team members called him and Hae went up to her room, but she wanted to use her brain and pretend she didn't know. Kim was in the same room with her assistant. She knocked on the room, and as soon as Kim opened, she feigned surprise and told him, what brought you here? I am looking for my assistant. He was surprised and told her, he is with me on the phone actually, and he says you forgot your phone with him while you were at the spa just now. So she took the phone from him and told him, fine honey, keep the damn thing with you. She told Kim, I just wanted to ask you something, but I was afraid you'd misunderstand me if I came to your room while you were alone. He told her, fine, let's walk and talk. She said, why don't we talk in your room? He told her, no, that's a horror movie. Please, let's go outside. They walked and talked a lot about the hallucinations she was having. As for Hiro, he was having nightmares because of Do and was not at all satisfied with this couple pairing, seeing it as unsuitable. Also, because she ignored him and did not know he was a big actor during their first meeting. It seemed he intended to prepare a not-so-nice gift for her. We returned to Kim and Hae as he encouraged her to overcome the negative words her imaginary persona Do was saying to her. She told him, as long as you encourage me, I will be fine. He felt pity for her, and just as he was about to tell her the truth, that Hiro couldn't stand her, her assistant came. She told him, I will take off now before he thinks I am trying to hit on you again. The next day was the filming of the first episode of the program. Its content was that Hae and Hiro meet in a public place. Hiro communicated with her via earpiece and told her, how about you? Look for me instead of me coming to you so easily. He told her, if you see a red balloon, I will be under it. He released the balloon and she saw it, but it was very far away, so she kept running to get to him. The crew was happy, but Kim couldn't stand it because he knew his intentions. Hae got tired from running and arrived but didn't find him. He was in another place and told her, the second balloon is blue. She continued running like a fool. When she reached her limit, Kim got more annoyed and cheated for her, telling her his location. He told her, look to your left. She got in the car and caught up to him happily. Then he told her, good, you found me before the balloons ran out. I was bringing them as a gift for you. When she came to take them, he let them go on purpose. Kim noticed all his actions. Then Hiro mocked her while she was running, but Kim decided not to translate it for her and told her that he said, I feel like we were filming a movie. Then she took him to show him the gift she made, which was a heart made of leaves. He said it was very ugly, but again, Kim refused to translate it. Then Hiro came and said his contact lenses fell out and his eyesight was very poor, so he wouldn't be able to work until he got new lenses from Japan. So they had to stop filming. Afterward, Kim went to Hiro's assistant and told her everything he heard. He asked her, so this project wouldn't fail. If you have a plan, tell me. She told him that Hiro was obsessed with Korean food. So Kim went to the hotel, took all the food Hae's assistant brought with him from Korea, and went to Hiro's room to make a deal with him to continue filming. But when he went down, he found Hae had forced her way into the car with him and told him, take me with you to downtown. While they were walking, she told him, maybe I can convince him to film while wearing glasses. It's normal. But he told her, you daughter of a joker, this is not your job. Don't talk to him. But she asked him, why do you always try to stop me? Even Hiro said a lot of things, and you translated them into 2 words. What are you hiding from me? But he told her, I will buy something and come back to you. Don't go meet him alone. He walked away, and she saw Hiro walking around and taking pictures of statues very normally. Here, Do appeared to her and said, that idiot will fool me? Pick up a brick and aim it at his head. But she ignored her. When he looked at her, she pretended not to see him. Kim came and told her the truth, but she was annoyed with him because he knew Hiro didn't like her and didn't try to stop her from signing the contract. She left him and walked away crying. Kim went to Hiro, gave him a spare pair of lenses, and convinced him to continue filming. He went to look for Hae and found her, sitting among her fans taking pictures with them. He took her, and they went back back to continue filming. In the car, she told him, "I don't want you to worry. Since I was young, I've known how to deal well with people who don't like me. Otherwise, I would be homeless by now." She was referring to her uncle's house where she lived. He told her, "From now on, say whatever you want, and I will translate it correctly. The most important thing is to vent your anger." He confessed to her that when he changed the translation, he wasn't afraid for the program. He was just upset for her sake. Finally, a decent word to warm our hearts. As for her, she was in the happiest moments of her life now. The next day at the shoot, Hai stood very calmly while Hiro was worried about her. She raised her hand and kept approaching him while he was terrified, thinking she was going to punch him right now. But she made a heart shape with her hand and told him, "Keep this safe because you ruined the first one." She continued the rest of the day with total radiance and happiness, to the point that the team wondered about the secret of her clear mood. She was laughing because she was actually talking to Kim through the earpiece. They continued filming, and everyone was impressed by Hei's smile, saying, "If this smile is fake, then this girl is a very talented actress." Hiro was sitting with his assistant telling her how surprised he was by her treatment of him, despite the coldness he treated her with. She told him, "It's normal. She is happy with her time with you." He watched her sitting and looking for a clover plant on the ground, staring at her, lost in thought. At the same time, Kim was watching her from the surveillance cameras, laughing at her laugh when she found one with 4 leaves. As for Hiro, he stood laughing, understanding nothing. On the last day, the team informed Hai that the producer had an emergency and returned to Korea, but not to worry. They would bring another producer as soon as possible. She went up to the room with her assistant, who asked her to come drink some juice with him. She told him, "Only if you didn't swear on it." She ran to her room to put on something nice, so when she saw Kim, she would be in her full elegance. However, when she went, she didn't find him there. When the evening ended and the assistant fell asleep, she took Kim's glasses and sat, pretending to read his books. He entered and was shocked that she was wearing his glasses. She told him her assistant was asleep, and when he drinks, remember him the day after tomorrow. She left the room saying, "Why was he looking at me like that? Did he want me to stay seated or what?" He went out after her and took his glasses. When he returned to enter again, he realized he forgot the key inside. They kept calling her, "Assistant," but he didn't answer. He went down to get the master key, but didn't find the receptionist downstairs. He told her, "Fine, I will manage. You go in." She entered and told him, "It seems I also forgot my key inside." They both went down to sleep in the office downstairs. He covered her with his jacket and spent the night telling her about the book he was reading. The next morning, she woke up to find herself sleeping while he was awake. He offered to go shopping with her. While sitting in a cafe, she told him she was trying to collect 7 4-leaf clovers because they bring good luck, and then she could see the aurora borealis. Later, he told her, "Put the stuff in the car. I will go on a quick errand and come back to you." While waiting for him, she found another clover plant. She wrapped it in a paper and called to check on him. She found he was actually lost. He told her where he was standing, and she went to get him, running with all passion to surprise him with the plant she found. But when she arrived, she found him standing with Sun, who told him she came here as a replacement for the producer who withdrew. Hai was shocked and turned to leave, but Sun called out to her. She hid the plant in the jacket pocket and got into the car with them, feeling utterly miserable. Here, Du appeared to her and said, "Stay sitting like that, you failure. He is next to the girl he likes, and you, like a fool, hid a key in your pocket just to sit with him all night." When they arrived, he went with Sun, and she gave him his jacket and told him, "I don't want it, brother. May it be of use to you." Kim asked Sun, "How did he not object to your travel?" She told him, "It's normal. You know your brother does whatever I see fit." But she was hiding it from him. We saw before her travel while they were sitting together. He told her, "If you postpone the wedding, we won't get married at all." When she asked him, "Why do you want to marry me?" he told her, "Because you want that." She left him and walked away. When Kim put his hand in his pocket, he found the paper with the plant. The next day, the entire team gathered to celebrate. Hai had lost her passion. Sun introduced herself more and said her wedding was postponed and she would stay for the 4 months with them until the end of the program's filming. After this night ended, Kim entered his room and tried to call his brother to see what the problem was. Hai entered and tried to comfort him a little, telling him that postponing the wedding would upset everyone even more. She asked him, "Why don't you try to turn over a new leaf?" But he got angry at her and told her, "Do you think I haven't tried all these attempts? Excuse me, stay out of my way unless you want to be that new chapter." She told him, "You are actually devoid of manners." She left him and walked away. He went up to his room and kept crying while she was drowning in her tears, furious that he rejected her for the 2nd or 3rd time. It didn't matter. We stopped counting honestly. The next day, they all went to a camp to see the aurora borealis. But Sun came and told her that Kim would be a little late because his car had an accident, but he was fine. However, Hai was dying of anxiety for him and entered her tent. She texted him, "Call me when you get back." Meanwhile, her assistant was in Sun's tent looking for her and found her phone ringing. As he wiped the screen accidentally, he answered the call. It was her boyfriend saying, "Okay, I am sorry, we will get married on schedule. Please Please don't say that. Our relationship is over. Sun entered and cornered him, telling him, you didn't hear anything? You understand? She knew that anyway. He had no choice but to understand. We went back to Hae, and Kim had messaged her that he was back. She went out to him, and he reassured her he was fine. The aurora borealis appeared, and he gave her the plant. She was happy that he had kept it. He told her, I also contributed to granting the wish, by the way. He showed her a clover he found as well, and told her, let's go inside now. But she said, this only appears once a year. Let's stay a little longer. He remembered finding her room key in her pocket while she was asleep. So he said, you are right, actually. Let's stay a while. In the morning, while they were packing their things at the camp, Sun was with Hae's assistant, and he asked her, why did you break up? Did he cheat on you or what? She replied, that's funny. Does cheating make people break up? She called her boyfriend and told him, we can't get back together because I am cheating on you. She hung up on him. The assistant said, so you're the one who turned out to be cheating? She said, no, I am going to cheat on him. He asked, who is the lucky guy? She said, when someone comes along who meets my standards. He said, don't tell me it's Kim. She replied, no, I liked that Kim once before, so there is no second chance for us. Yes, of course, we want something new. They continued their trip. Hae went to Hero and warned him that the area he was in had bears. She spoke with him and gave him sweets. He thought, I will check if my assistant's words are true or not. He got close to her and looked into her eyes to see if she would be affected by his presence, but she didn't care at all. Later, they joined the rest of the group, and Sun said to Kim, let's go, and told Hae, wait for us here. But Hae suddenly grabbed Kim's clothes and asked him in front of her, didn't you promise to teach me the Japanese language? She whispered to him, stay here with me. Kim told Sun, fine, I will stay then. When Sun left, she told him, I only did that to save you from her. No thank you, no mercy. They walked together and sat by the lake. They imagined waterfalls together. He humored her and imagined along with her, and they enjoyed their time. But suddenly, Hae got close to him, then pulled back startled and told him, it was Du who made me do that and told me to threaten you. She left him and ran away. At night, they were hanging out and playing games since it was their last day in Canada. He watched her from afar and said, look at her enjoying her time after she threatened me. He joined the game with them. Afterward, Hero was leaving, so Hae went out to say goodbye. She waved and said, see you in Italy. But he extended his hand and shook hers. The company manager was sitting with Kim, telling him she wanted to make a dating show for him and wanted him to participate as a non-celebrity, but he refused. She told him, when I asked producer Sun for her opinion, she confirmed that you would refuse because you have been crushing on someone for a long time. He looked at her, surprised that she knew. At that moment, Hae came to say goodbye on the microphone and left. When her assistant asked why she left early, she told him she wanted to sleep. But in reality, she had seen Kim focused on Sun, got upset, and left. She returned home, and Du appeared to her on the TV this time, cornering Kim and asking him all the questions that could hurt Hae. Hae broke down crying because she knew the answers to those questions very well, and that he didn't love her. She remembered being a child, running away from something, and jumping from the balcony, telling herself, you know very well that love has been a closed chapter for you for a long time, and it is impossible. The next day, she was going to the airport with her assistant, but Kim came and insisted on driving her himself, without thinking, and after the self-flagellation he went through all night, she agreed very normally and got in the blink of an eye. On the way, he started talking about what happened between them, and asked, is it that easy for you to threaten me and leave me in the middle of the forest when you know I get lost? He was speaking very gently and told her that he was thinking about the matter seriously, but he slapped us in the face when he said he decided to talk to Sun. She also hid her shock by smiling, looking out the window and saying, the air is very nice today. Any nonsense just to save our dignity. He drove her to the airport, and when her assistant arrived, he informed her that Sun canceled her wedding to her boyfriend. She realized he would go talk to her once he found out she broke up. Thinking there was a chance they could get back together, she rushed back to town. She found them in the library, sitting together and laughing. Of course, we knew it was time for Du's appearance. She imagined that they got back together and that she was now the villain if she tried to separate them again. When she asked her, so what should I do? Du told her, for example, pretend you saw nothing. Act like that and run away as you did before. Hae got scared, ran, and bumped into the waiter. Kim saw her and told Sun, you go ahead, and ran after her. She told him, you only did this because you were swayed by my threat, and you don't actually like me or anything. Leave me and go back to Sun. He told her, I sorted out my thoughts, and explained to her, I don't need to explain more. I thought I was just humoring you, but it turns out I was actually affected by your feelings. I won't let you feel this confusion again. She told him, this reminds me exactly of the day you left me in front of the train too, after I advised you to go to her. He told her, back then, I wanted to cross the road to the person I like, but enough is enough. Let's end everything here. He left her and walked away. When the train passed, she looked and didn't find him. She broke down and returned to the airport, telling her assistant, I ruined everything all over again. We saw that Kim told Sun about Hae, saying she was the girl he tried hard to push away to protect himself from love, but she brought light into his life against his will, and he became attached to her. Back in Korea. 2 weeks after their return from Canada, there was a concert for an Italian musician where all celebrities were invited, including Hae and the writer uncle. Kim offered to be the musician's interpreter for the day. He saw that Hae was at the concert, sitting next to his uncle. He watched her from afar with tears in his eyes. The empty seat between them was supposed to be his, but he didn't like to sit there. Later, the concert organizer came and told her that the musician admired her and wanted to meet her, and there was a special interpreter there. She ran there but was annoyed when she found an interpreter other than Kim. She doubted if the voice she heard at the concert was Kim's or not. Then his uncle came next to him and spoke to him on the phone loudly, intentionally saying his name every few seconds. She went with him to the elevator, got off on the same floor, and he took her to his house, telling her, "We had a plan for a 4-person dinner, but 2 canceled. How about we make it 3 people?" She welcomed the idea very much and said, "Oh, I am so hungry." Kim stood there with a question mark on his face, trying to cancel any food mentioned, while she said she liked any food and reserved all the food. In the end, he went in to cook for her like a dog. A call came for his uncle, so he went out to talk and forced the 2 guests to cancel the dinner against their will. He intended to bring Kim and Hae closer. Hae sat there rubbing it in and pestering Kim, but he treated her coldly until she got bored, left him, and went to sit down. He prepared the food for them, and they ate together. His uncle brought up the topic of waterfalls, so she remembered the water. Lake, they called their waterfall. She told him when they were alone that she came back to try to affect him again instead of running away without dignity. And all this while I am pinning my hopes on the last thing you said to me before you left, which is that you wanted to cross the road to me that day. Then his uncle came, gave her a book he authored, and got up to leave. Kim walked him out and told him he no longer understood what she wanted. His uncle told him, "You are a world-class translator, and you don't understand her language? Try harder and pay attention to the vocabulary, and you will understand." Kim told him, "I don't know what I am supposed to go in and tell her. When I get close to her, she rejects me, and when I reject her, she keeps getting close to me." We went back to Hae, who was trying to turn on the TV, but the radio played the song they listened to together in the car. He came, heard the song, and stood outside until she came out hiding something behind her back. She told him, "I will excuse myself now," but he noticed and asked her, "What are you hiding?" until he took it from her. She told him, "Fine, keep it for yourself, and I will take the book and leave because this has become very awkward." It was the record of the song. He told her, "I originally bought it as a gift for you, but the right time to give it to you didn't come." She thanked him and told him, "Next time I will return the gift and the meal too." He asked her, "Next time?" She got nervous and told him, Yes. Well, my manager told me I would be living with you here, so probably they said surely we would meet." She walked away. When he went inside, he saw that she forgot the record itself and took the cover. Thief and stupid. He called her and asked, "Will you steal the record next time too, or what?" She told him, "Keep it for another day. I will take it then." But he told her, "Give me your home address and wait for me there. I will come give it to you myself." She was about to fly with joy, and he went to her with all passion. She went up to change her clothes and waited for him, looking cute and everything. But her joy was incomplete because she found her uncle's wife, the Scorpion, telling her, "Your uncle is tired." She got in the car with them. Kim arrived and kept calling her, but she ignored the calls. The next day, he called her assistant and asked about her, but he told him, "Oh man, she is at the photo shoot and fit as a fiddle." He was very surprised and annoyed. He went to her assistant and told her, "She told me we were supposed to have a date, and she made me wait, and I didn't come, yet she still hasn't called to apologize or anything." The photo shoot started, and she remembered when she was a child, and her uncle and his wife were standing asking her, "Do you remember anything about your mother and father?" But she told them no, and they were relieved when they heard that. Then memories came flooding back one by one. Her house, her chicks, and her birthday photos. On that day, her father came from work bringing her a gift. She took the cake to feed it to her chicks, but suddenly she saw her father fallen on the floor, and even the chicks died after eating the cake. Here, Du came and told her, "Oh, you sly thing, you kept pretending all this time that you didn't remember anything, while you remembered everything in all its details. Do you think people will keep loving you?" Hae snapped out of these hallucinations and smiled a terrifying smile, saying she was ready for the shoot, as if she were a 4th character we hadn't seen before. We then learned that this character was Du, but an updated version that completely canceled out Hae and took her place. She went to her uncle and his wife at the church and told them, "The kind Hae died with Do, who can bring the dead back again and cause trouble for many people. What do you think if one of the dead troubles you?" Both got scared and asked her, "Do you remember how your father died?" She told them, "What? Do you want me to say no like I used to do? I say let hidden things stay hidden. That's better for everyone. Whoever gets close to her will suffer or think of hurting her. Woe to him." She went to Kim at his house house and told him, "Do is with you." He got nervous and told her, "I want to speak to the main character, please." After the horror atmosphere she created for him, he escorted her out very normally and called her a taxi. But as soon as the taxi arrived, she ran back inside and put something in his water glass. He went in after her, but she told him, "I will sleep here. I've decided." Then she told him, "If Hae apologizes to you, never accept her apology." He got annoyed by her behavior and kept objecting, so she asked him, "So, do I understand that you hate Hae?" He told her, "Yes, and I never want to meet her again. We must end everything here." She told him, "Very, very good. Don't change your stance, because this time I recorded you." She kept dealing with him as Do and told him, "If you meet Hae, never tell her I came here at all, or else you will regret it." She left him to go, but suddenly his vision blurred and he lost consciousness. The next day, he found she had put a sleeping pill in his water. We saw Hae living her day normally, not remembering anything she did, lost and understanding nothing. She had a meeting with Hiro and brought him a gift for his nephews. He told her he learned a little Korean and asked her about what she said the day they met on the plane by chance, but she told him she didn't remember anything until he told her, "You confessed to me about your boyfriend," but she apologized and told him she really didn't remember. She went into the bathroom, stood in front of the mirror, and said to herself, "What will you do now if I decide to give up everything in the blink of an eye?" She left the bathroom and Kim was calling her saying, "We really need to meet." She told him, "Didn't I tell you not to tell her anything?" So he said, "Miss Do is with me? Our day is black." She told him, "Sorry, not free right now." She went to Hiro, got close to him, whispered something in his ear, left, went to her assistant, and informed him she would go ahead to Italy, taking the very first plane there. There, she was shocked to find Kim in front of her, but this time he came, fully ready to deal with Do. They sat and talked, and she told him she helped her fix all this. Otherwise, Hae wouldn't have known how to do anything, and would have remained a nobody. Then she told him, "You want me to disappear, right? That won't happen until Hae is happy, not pitiful, and that is a hard task." "Honestly, honey," he asked her, "so what makes her happy? A cup of coffee with 2 spoons of sugar." He actually got up to bring the coffee and decided to follow her lead this time. Maybe it would turn out right. Do said, "I truly wish for her to be happy." We went back to see when Hae was standing in front of the mirror, closed her eyes, and when she opened them, found herself actually in Italy. That wasn't the disaster. The disaster was finding Hiro coming towards her, smiling. We saw that Do had told him in his ear, "Come find me, and I will be waiting for you." He told her, "Hey, I understood your words." Hae herself didn't understand what he was talking about. Meanwhile, Kim was returning with the coffee like a fool, remembering Do's words. After a short while, "You will come back to find her happy. Just trust me." And Hae went to sit somewhere together. Hae realized all this was Do's doing, and that Hiro wasn't to blame for this mess, so she apologized to him. He told her he wasn't interested in her or anything, and she told him the same. This misunderstanding was resolved between them. From that time on, Hae lived the morning with Hiro and the night with Kim, living her life very normally, meeting him every day, and waking up to continue while forgetting everything. The good thing was that Kim understood very well who he was dealing with. They started filming the second part of the program in Italy with Kim as the translator, everyone in their place normally. One night while she was sitting with Kim, she told him, "Did you know Hae remembers the details of the accident?" He remembered the day he was with her at the doctor's when she said her father and mother died in an accident, but didn't remember its details. She continued and told him she deliberately hides this. She laughed like a maniac and stopped. They walked and she told him, "I will tell you a secret too. Before coming to your house, I went to her uncle and his wife and gave them what they deserved. I got her rights back, meaning I'm proud of what I did." He got close to her and she thought he would hit her, but he put his hand on her hair and told her, "Bravo, I am also proud of you." But she hit him and told him, "I told you kindness turns my stomach. Don't be kind to me. It's better for you." The next night, Do was with Kim, of course, but the rest of the team was hanging out together. Kim saw them and hid Do in his coat and went up immediately. But Hiro's assistant, the Scorpion, saw them and said, "That is Mr. Kim." But they analyzed that the girl with him was his Italian girlfriend. The next day, she went to him and told him, "I saw you yesterday and noticed something. From the shoes your girlfriend was wearing, they were the same shoes Hae was wearing during the shoot yesterday. The one with you was Hae, wasn't she?" He told her, "Are you done?" "No, it wasn't Hae." Beat it. And she really beat it because her blood boiled. On the other side, Hae was walking in the gallery and saw a painting of the aurora borealis. She stood in front of it and all her memories came back with Kim. She started to cry, saying she missed him very much. At that moment, Hiro saw her crying. By the time he gathered his courage to go comfort her, Do had already possessed her. She walked away while he swore he saw her crying, not understanding what happened. Do went to meet Kim and he asked her, "When will she be happy? I want all these illusions to disappear." But she told him that among these illusions is that Do does everything she wants to do but cannot. "So I come and meet you every day because she always wants that, and to this day she still loves you. And while I'm at it, I will tell you something else she would never tell you. She saw the accident exactly. She saw her mother finishing off her father, and she tried to finish her off too. That's why she always thought it was impossible for anyone to love someone like her. So she keeps lying to people who don't know this truth, and you were the one she she feared most would know the truth. She kept laughing, but he approached her crying and comforting her. When she calmed down, she told him, "For these illusions to stop and for her to be happy again, you must stay away from her completely. You leave her, so I can disappear." Du met Hei and told her, "I executed the farewell you couldn't execute, and I hope you will be happy." She woke up and went down to continue her work. She heard the team talking about Kim having an Italian girlfriend and going out together every day. She was shocked and upset. We saw Sun standing with Kim informing him that the next filming location was his mother's juice factory. She asked him if he was ready to meet her or not, and he said he had to. Then Hei came and asked him about his Italian girlfriend. He told her that yes, he indeed had a girlfriend, so he could break up with her and leave her happy as Du requested. Later, they moved to go to the filming location. There, his mother welcomed them, but didn't see Kim among them. Sun went to her and explained the work pressure in the preparations, saying he would meet her later. They filmed some clips of Hiro with Hai, and then Hai saw a picture on the wall and remembered something Kim had told her about it. She looked at the factory owner and said, "So you are Kim's mother?" in front of the whole team, which he didn't want them to know. She told her, "Right now, Kim is watching you from the camera." She put the earpiece on her and let her talk to him. They greeted each other, and she invited her to her house. Afterward, he told her, "You are coming with me since you are the one who got me into this." She told them, "I didn't know the atmosphere between you was this tense." His mother was preparing food for them, and while cutting vegetables, she cut her hand. The foreigner who was her partner in the factory came, joked with her, and said, "Show me your hand, and I will treat it for you." At that moment, Kim entered, grabbed him, hit him, thinking he wanted to hold his mother's hand against her will. They started beating each other up until she came and hit that foreigner, saying, "This is my son." Then she told Kim, "This is the person I am going to marry." "Well, let your eyes see nothing but light." The two sat arguing together, so Hei signaled to the foreigner to leave them alone. But suddenly, Hei fell and lost consciousness. Kim ran to her, put ice on her head, and told her, "You made yourself fall on purpose to stop the fight between us." He apologized to her for putting her in this situation. He went to sit with his mother. They reconciled and closed the files of the past. She told him to prepare for the wedding party tomorrow. The party came, and Sun was sitting with the team confessing to them that her wedding was canceled a long time ago, but she was embarrassed to tell them. She went to Hei's assistant, and they officially got together at the party. Everyone was gathered, dancing and happy. Kim watched her from afar laughing, remembering Du's words, and decided to actually leave and stay away from her. After Hei finished dancing, she noticed he was not there. As she was about to leave, Hiro stopped her, and she showed him the farewell message she would say to him in the last episode of the program. She went out to look for Kim, entered his house, and found a message on his phone. When she saw it was in Italian, she thought it was from his girlfriend. He entered suddenly, so she got nervous, turned off the light involuntarily, and hid the phone behind her back. He approached her, turned on the light, kept looking into her eyes, and said, "It is you, Hei." She told him, "I swear I didn't see anything, and even if I did, I wouldn't understand." She gave him the phone, but she wouldn't shut up, of course, until she knew who sent it. He relieved her and told her it was from his Italian friend who opened a restaurant in Korea. She told him she came to say goodbye and thanked him that everything ended easily thanks to him. Then she turned off the light and apologized for everything she did, saying that the end of everything made her feel sad. She left him and walked away, but he grabbed her hand and said, "I barely calmed my feelings down. Why do you switch them back on every time I do that?" She apologized to him because she didn't intend to do that to him. He told her, "It's fine. There is no need. Since life is fleeting anyway, I hope you will be happy." Here we went to the last episode of the program when Hiro confessed his admiration for Hei. When Kim translated for her, she got nervous, looked at him in the camera, and asked him, "What am I supposed to do?" But he calmly told her, "See what you want to reply with, and I will translate it for you." She told him, "No, forget it. I will handle it." She looked at Hiro and told him, "Thank you, and me too." They cut filming, and she took off the earpiece, upset that this was really the end. Walking away, she remembered when Kim told her, "Stay happy," and remarked that his words were the same as Du's. The next day, she went with Hiro to an opera party. He sent her a video clip, so she excused herself and went outside. She met his assistant, who told her that Kim's girlfriend she saw with her that day was wearing the same shoes as hers. Then she opened the video, which was from the cameraman, saying, "I sent you this video because it's not fair that he can see you while you can't see him." It was a video of Kim in the recording room alone, crying after they finished. She felt very sad for him. She continued on her way and heard Du telling her, "You must get rid of the past hurting you and escape." She closed her eyes, and when she opened them, she found herself in her old house. And Du told her, "You must get rid of your childhood memories here, lock the door on them, and leave." Then Du shared all the memories she lived with Kim. When she opened her eyes and realized, she broke down crying, called him, and asked him to meet. He actually ran to her. He let her finish the rambling she says every time, that she was upset he knew everything about her, but happy because he was still with her and didn't hate her, and that she wanted to stay away from him, but also didn't want to leave him and wanted to continue with him. He told told her, "Are you done, Professor Angum?" Then he told her he would not allow her to escape from him again and announced their relationship in a romantic moment. None of our business. They went together and spent the day with each other, and he let her sleep over at his place. As for Hiro, he couldn't stop thinking about Hei. When he saw Hei crying, he told her, "I knew from the first day you liked someone else." We saw Sun returning to Korea with the rest of the team. One of the team members told them about the news spreading that the public found the photo Hei had posted of Kim on the island, photographed her ex with, his wife, linked the dates, and confirmed his cheating on her. Sun noticed Kim's photo and her birthday date. The next morning, Hiro's assistant entered his room to find him unconscious with sedative pills next to him. Hei woke up and found Kim had written her a note that he was getting food for the house. She sat waiting for him, but as soon as he returned, he told her he had to leave immediately because Hiro's assistant called me and told me he is unconscious, and I must go to translate for the doctor. You catch your flight. He went to him, and when the doctor left and Hiro woke up, he told him, "Hiro, you didn't travel with the rest of the team because you were with Hei, right?" Hiro asked him, "If I spoke the same language as her, would her feelings have moved towards me?" He told him, "Man, I personally didn't understand what she wanted to say until God blessed me with a translator. May God bless her, who said everything hidden." His assistant entered and told them about the news that spread regarding Hei's ex. She went to meet him, his wife, and his son, who wasn't his son, and settled her accounts with him, forgiving him in the end because our girl has a pure heart. After this mess ended, Kim returned to his house and found Hei standing there for him, but acting the role of Do. However, her acting was very bad, so he had to humor her. Generally, she didn't want to tell him anything new. She was offering to break up for the millionth time, but this time he answered the correct answer and told her, "I am not in the mood to break up, really, honey." The next day, each had work in a different place. Hei met the program manager, who asked her about the last episode and if she wanted them to air Hiro's confession or not. Hei asked her, "What's up, guys? Why are you blowing this out of proportion? Wasn't this part of the program for the plot?" She told her, "Don't you know it was real? We can bring you Hiro personally to tell you." On the other side, Sun met Kim on the same train, heading to the same destination, and sat next to him. Back to Hei. Hiro cornered her tight and told her, regarding my admiration, it was 100% real. As for Sun, she asked Kim, "What took you to that island on my birthday? Do you still remember my wish? Do you like me, or what?" "Okay, I won't leave you anxious." Each of them was saying goodbye to their past and closing its page permanently to start fresh. Kim returned from his business trip and met Hei, who was waiting for him at the station. He promised to show her stars and told her there was a place called Sky Station, where he would take her to show her the stars much clearer, and planets too if she wanted. The next day, Hei visited her psychiatrist and told him that Do hadn't appeared since that day. He pointed out that Do was the secret she had been hiding even from herself since childhood, not just the movie character she played. She left him and told this to Kim, and they hung up together. We saw her uncle's wife, the Scorpion, at the shop where Hei was. At the same moment, her uncle was at Kim's house telling him, "This girl does nothing but spread lies everywhere." Kim told him, "Come on, man, use your brain. How do you expect her to turn out in the environment she was raised in?" He told him, "She was never part of our family. My brother wasn't married to her mother. When he refused to marry her, she used the child to pressure my brother not to leave her." He added, "We heard you are close to her, so tell us. We must let you know the truth about her mother." Kim told him there was no need to come all this distance because Hei actually told me everything. At the time her uncle's wife was threatening her that she would tell Kim, she told her too that she had told Kim everything, so she should save her breath. Her uncle brought out old photos of her mother and showed them to Kim. Her uncle's wife told her, "Our hatred was out of fear of you. We said it was impossible for you not to remember your mother when you look at your face every day in the mirror and don't remember her. We saw the photo. She was a carbon copy of Hei. When Hei looked in the mirror, she said, 'All this time it was you.' She remembered the day of the accident and when her mother kept convincing her to eat the cake so they would all be happy, and Hei jumped from the balcony to escape her. Suddenly, Hei fell to the ground, lost consciousness, and went into a coma again. But this time she woke up quickly. Kim came to take her from the hospital and showed her her photo with her mother. He told her, 'But there is something else you don't know. On the day of the accident, when you fell from the balcony and people reported it, thanks to you, the police went to the house and managed to save your father and mother. But they hid all this from you. Your mother's location is missing until now, but she is surely alive.' Hei broke down crying. The next day, she went to her uncle's house and told him to ask her father for her mother's address. She must meet her because this is the only way to prevent her appearance in her life. She went to Kim to say goodbye and promised him that she would reappear in his life again and enter it without waiting for his opinion like every time. Time passed, and Kim kept waiting for her. New Year's Day came, and he went to the astronomical observatory he told her about and sat watching the stars. Suddenly, he found her in front of him. She told him, "So, you came to watch the stars without me?" She had Google Translate open and made it translate for him in every language, while he did nothing but stare at her silently. She told him, "Look, I brought you a bouquet of clover so we can keep going going without breaking up for the 20th time. He gave her a response that was much sweeter than words. I hope they continue in romance forever to spare us the headache. Goodbye.